Hey everybody, this is Craig from Team here, and today we have Ruth Hazlett with her DDD deck. Ruth, we'd like to get started.
Yeah, so I played this deck this weekend at our locals, and I won all my games and won the tournament with it, so we'll just get started. So we have 3 DDD Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok, so you kind of need 3 of this here because...
Yeah, the standard, yeah.
Yeah, it's standard, it's 8, plus it also works really well with 3 Savant Thomas. So the Thomas and the Ragnarok work well because of Ragnarok's effect. You do a fusion, you have it in the scale, you can bring one back, and then if you swirl line, you can bring down the Savant Thomas and then pop, and it gets you rank 8. So it's really good for
So
those.
were you happy with playing 3 7 Thomas then?
Yeah, cause
Some people only play 2.
I did test 2 at the start, and I changed to 3 because I wasn't seeing it enough. So I think I'll definitely leave it at 3.
Okay.
Okay, so on to probably one of the best cards and the best in the structure deck is 3DD.
Yeah, 3 Lamia. Yep, very important that.
I don't think the card needs you to say much about it. It's busted. The fact that you synchro away and you've so much stuff that brings it back, there's times you don't even need to use its own effect.
Definitely.
Then 3DD Necro Slime.
Of course.
So allows you the fusion from grave, and then 3DD Swirl Slime.
Yep, standard stuff, core of the deck.
Yeah,
oh
so
yes.
the stuff that you kind of need 3
Of
of.
course.
Now I know some only play 2 of this, but I play 3 because I never see it, is DD Savin Kelper, and then it's a Searcher as well, which is really good. And on Saturday I even used its effect to return 1 from hand, so I could return a scale. Then 1DD Orthrus, and then along with Orthrus I play 2 Copernicus.
What made you want to play in these numbers here?
So I was playing 3 of this and 1 of this originally, and I just found it was too many. So I was going to cut this completely, but the fact that it's a tuner helps with so many plays. So I thought I'd cut this to 2, and it worked far better because it was clogged. There was hands where I was drawing like this and this, or even 2 of this. So that's why I played 2 and 1, and then 2 Maxi, because it's like Maxi and
of course, this format, so good.
And you want to draw into your combo pieces.
Absolutely.
So on to the spells, we play 3 Dark Contract with the Gate. This is the only DD spell that I play.
Excuse me?
Yes. I don't play the Swamp one.
Why on earth do you not play the Swamp?
I did not like it from the start, and I tested it at 1, I tested it at 2, and I absolutely hated the card.
Goodness.
So I was...
That's a very controversial decision there, right?
I took it out just before Saturday's tournament, and I just found my consistency went up.
Well, it obviously seemed to work, so
yeah, it
you won the
worked.
tournament, so
I
it seemed
personally
to work.
didn't like it, but I know it is a popular card. 3 Allure.
Draw power, always good.
The card's good and bad because sometimes you banish the stuff, but it does help consistency. 2 Desires.
Were you happy with just two desires?
Yeah, I think I personally don't think in this deck that I would run a 3rd, because just for the simple reason you banish your combo pieces, so I only like 2. And then 1 Upstart for a draw.
I assume your deck is on 40 cards.
Yes.
Good.
40 exactly. Yeah.
Of course, that's good.
1 Foolish Burial, just to dump the stuff
Very
you
important.
need.
They all have great effects. Really good card.
Regeki, I wasn't running it at the start, but I found that this deck has a real problem with getting over certain cards. Like if the Bandies find you, you're done unless you've field wipe. So I put a Regeki in. 1 for 1 for the obvious plays. You can discard 1 for the level 1 that you
Get
need.
to Lamia or Kepler. Yeah, very important.
Yeah, there was a time Saturday I used to get an Echo Slime. So it just allows you the level 1 you need. And Soul Charge. This card is ridiculously good, and I seem to open it like every single game. So definitely one of my favourites. 1 Dimensional Barrier. I only have the 1. If I had to, I would play it.
Would you play more then, you think?
I think I would play 2. I ran D Barrier and then 1 Solemn Strike, so I think I'd probably swap the Strike for a D Barrier. Though the Strike could become a warning, and if I could get a second D Barrier, I also play Dark Contract with the Witch. I tested this at the start and loved it, but after Saturday I just don't find it does much, but it is another target for Kepler. So it could become a D barrier. I would say D barrier was one of the best cards of the day. and a Bandy's Emptiness for obvious reasons.
Of very obvious
Yeah.
reasons, of course. Alright, Ruth, would like to move on to your extra deck then?
Yeah. So we will start off with the synchros. So Trishula, because the level 9, didn't use it, but in theory it is good. Omega, Formula Synchron, and this card's really good, especially when it's comboed with Hyper Librarian. I found the two worked really well. I've summoned in most games. So the rest of the synchros run 1 Alexander, the level 7 DD, 1 DD Curse King Siegefried, so it's new from the structure deck. I really like this card and I would contemplate possibly a second. I didn't find the Omega as useful as it probably should be, or the Trish, so I might change some of those about.
Yeah.
And then 1 Crystal Wing.
Of course. Most
Card
important card in the extra deck.
ridiculously good.
Oh, yes.
Then 2 rank 8s, the DD Duo Dawn King Kaliuga and Hope Harbinger, basically just for the spells and to out your opponent's back row. So on to the fusions. So I run
3 Genghis.
Yeah, 3 DD
Goodness.
Flame King Genghis. I was playing 2 at the start and I always found like I was missing or I ran out of 2 really quickly. So I now play 3 and it's definitely a lot better with 3, it gives you more plays. Then for the other fusions, Oracle King Deark, 1 Beowulf and 1 Caesar Ragnarok.
Did you get much use from Caesar Ragnarok?
I never used it. I think it's possibly one of the cards I might take out and maybe put in a level 7 synchro. I'm happy enough with the rest of my fusions because Beowulf has his piercing.
You only play 1 level 7 synchro, just be Alexander?
I only played Alexander, but I do want to change that, and I was thinking a second Alexander, but I think I might put in Meteor Burst or
Meteor Burst is really good.
yeah, Meteor Burst is probably the option that I'll put in there, and then maybe switch one of the level 8s to second Siegefried because I thought I ran out of that quite quickly as well. So on to side deck.
Yep, let's quickly go through the side deck then, sure.
Yeah, so this is through together in a few seconds. 2 Flying Sea just for generic rank 4s or
Whatever,
decks like that there. 2 Ghost Ogre. My favourite card, and thank you very much Dave for suggesting this card, even though it backfired on you. 2 Vandy's Fiend. Didn't think this would work, kind of questioned the theory behind it until I played it. There's sometimes you don't need your normal summon and you can put up a big board without it. One of the boards was like Crystal Wing, Siegefried, and this here.
Of course, protects
My
against
opponent
Kaijus.
just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend 2 of these. 2 Twin Twister, just to pop spells and traps. 2 Book of Eclipse. I put this in because just to help out boards, but I didn't actually find that I needed it. 2 System Down, just there's some Cosmos at our locals and ABC, so it's just to help with those. 2 Typhoon, because it's so easy to use in this deck, and then I played the other Strike as the 15th card. So that's everything.
Okay, and do you remember your matchups on at the tournament?
Round 1 I played against Totally Hero. Hi Dave. I went 2-1 against it, so it wasn't a match I was expecting to win because I lost the dice roll. It was probably the toughest match I played. Dynamists. I played against a Morphage, which was really difficult because game 2 they locked me out of my board.
Goodness.
And I can't remember my other matchups, but
Sure.
those were the 3 hardest ones.
Yeah, those are memorable ones you remembered.
Yeah, but the Morphage and Totally Hero was definitely one of the hardest because this deck does need to go first, and if they force you to go second and they can put a back row, it does hurt you. So that's everything.
That's right, Ruth. Thank you very much, and that's it for Deck Profile. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.